Okay, guys, I'm here to help you out with the last part of the 3.3 notes here. And this will introduce you to a concept known as the remainder theorem. So this is a fun little factoid when it comes to synthetic division, or actually any division, and the expression. So if I had like an expression of x cubed plus 10x squared plus 29x plus 24, and I want to divide it by x plus 5, we would plug in our magic number would be -5. Now there's going to be something special about this -5. Now if we go through the process of synthetic division, okay, 1 times, okay, actually that should be -5, add them together is 5. Okay, they're doing subtraction instead of adding, which is different what they did. But anyways, they get a remainder of 4. Now what that means is, or what's an interesting fact, if we would have gone back into this original equation here and plugged in -5 for the x values, like take -5 cubed plus 10 times -5 squared plus 29 times -5 plus 24, we end up getting 4. So the remainder of the divisor is also equal to the value of the number plugged in. So we're going to do this again. We're going to see if I take this problem here and divide it by x plus 2, if we get the same thing as if I take -2 and plug it into the equation, just to prove the remainder theorem works. So let's jump into this. Let me get my tools here all set up. Let's jump into it. First, let's divide it by x plus 2. So if I was going to divide this expression by x plus 2, the -2 is the magic number that goes in the box. We have 1x cubed, 8x squared, 12x, and 5. So there's our numbers going in order. We drop the number 1 down. We start multiplying and adding. 1 times -2 is -2. Add them together. That'd be 6. 6 times -2 is -12. Add them together is 0. 0 times -2 is 0. Add them together is 5. So we have a remainder of 5. What we're going to do now is to check, what if we did a different problem, f of -2? What is f of -2? Meaning, if I took this equation and replaced all the x's with -2, so -2 cubed plus 8 times -2 squared plus 12 times -2 plus 5, what does that come out to be? All right, -2 cubed would be a -8. -2 squared is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. -24, or 22, I said it right here. 12 times -2 is the -24, and then plus 5. Let's start adding these together. -8 plus 32 is 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. So the remainder theorem works. We get synthetic division, we get 5. And plugging it in, we also get 5. Alrighty. What I want to do now is take a look at the CYU, make sure we can understand these questions, and give you guys some hints on the last CYU. So this is CYU 3.3 CYU, because everything else has been worksheets. All right, so this problem here, you can do log division, but if you really wanted to, there's no way that you wouldn't get the same answer if you use synthetic division. So if you want to set this up as -3 in the box and do 1, 1, -2, 14, you can get the work out there. Okay, so take your time with that one, but long division is a good practice. Here we go. All right, this problem here, they want you to work out 2 answers here. So kind of split this up here. They want you to figure out what these question marks would be, and then what would the final answer be. So maybe let's go through this together. So if we drop down the 1, that's 1. 1 times 2 is 2. We can add them together. That would be 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So you can see it's 2, 6. It's not going to be C. It's not going to be D. Alrighty. In fact, we probably know what's going to happen because these look to be the same. All right. -6 plus 6 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Add them together. That's -4. -4 times 2 is -8. Add them together. That's 0. Okay, so it's going to be one of those two. Now, what is the expression? Is it x cubed plus 3x? Okay, there we go. So it should be B here. It's not the minus. You got to watch out for that one. All right, this one here, we'll take a look. The remainder is, when we divide this, you'll select the correct remainder. And if you plug it in, you should get the same number. It's kind of a big clue if you just look at the values possible. And so the remainder theorem would be verified or not. Probably should be. Okay, what is the remainder? Okay, so this problem here, if you want to find the remainder, you can set this up by doing 3 over 1x to the fourth, 0x cubed, negative 5, x squared, negative 6, negative 10. Just figure out what is this missing number here at the end, or we could take this number 3 and plug it in for all of those. See what you get. So you get either answer. All right, next problem here, it says choose the expression that shows has 2 factors. So what we're going to do to see here, we have 3 potential divisors. Now divisors are when we have a 0 remainder. So we got x plus 1, a 2x plus 3, or an x plus 2. We also could have a 2x, but we're going to cancel it out because 6 does not even have an x, so we can't even factor out a 2x. All right, so if I wanted to guess like it was 1 here, I'd plug a negative 1 into the box, and I'd see, okay, 2x cubed, 5x squared, 5x, and 6. I want to make sure that this needs to be a 0 at the end for it to be a divisor. So I drop the 2 down. All right, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Add them together, that'd be 3. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Or not, yeah, negative 3. Add them together, that is 2. 2 times negative 1 is a negative 2. Add them together, that is a 4. So we did not get a 0 there, so we know it's not 1. So you're going to try to practice one of these, maybe try here with negative 2 and start over. See if you can get a 0 at the end. All right, so if it doesn't work, well then probably means C is the right answer. To figure out C, what number would go in that magic box would actually be negative 3 over 2, or negative 1.5. So just a little hints there to help you guys out with the CYU. This will actually wrap up halfway through the chapter, so we're going to take a mid-chapter quiz after this, and yeah, we'll see you after that. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.